Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef. Welcome back. I am the host of the world-renowned Pod Chef podcast, the official Top Chef podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host, Reeves. He never takes a week off.
What's up, people? Always here, Mr. Reliable. That's my name.
Yep. I once asked Reeves, what's the greatest ability? And Reeves quickly said, reliability.
Yes.
And then he asked Brian, and Brian said, pliability. And we're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You ever been pliable? Think about it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I was talking about it again.
You don't
LeBron
have to be
James-
reliable when you can be pliable. Make anything work.
We asked LeBron James when he was on, after he was on Pack Your Knives, and he said availability. And we're like, Jesus Christ.
Should
Enough
we
with you.
maybe play a quick clip of the episode where LeBron was on?
Yeah,
Just for
sure, if you
reference
want.
for people?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Brian, can you play that clip?
I don't do edit anymore, but sure. This is the one you get one time. This is the one time I'll edit in a clip. So I'll count it in 3, 2, 1.
So I'm looking at JD, and I'm like, you can't be cooking like that.
And
You
sorry,
gotta-
LeBron, who's JD?
And what was he cooking? Did it have like paprika in it?
Is he a
or
teammate of
something?
yours, JD?
Jacques Dupont.
Okay. Because AD, I know who that is.
Yeah, you know who AD is, but JD is Jacques Dupont, which is our team chef at the Lakers.
Okay.
And I was
Mm.
trying to tell him why you got to watch out for the under when you're doing the pick and roll. And he was like, well, when I'm cooking rolls, I don't have to worry about the under because I'm always overproofing.
That's really funny. And quick question we ask all of our guests. What's the best ability?
Availability.
End clip.
It was good. I think it was better than, everyone's heard him on JJ's podcast, which
Yeah.
basically is just JJ telling him things that he did,
Mm-hmm.
and then LeBron going, yep,
Recounting it, yeah.
yep, that's right, yep, that's yep.
That's not what we do here. We have, we have new takes. We have new bits. We don't recycle our bits.
Not anymore, and it's not because
Nope.
we don't remember them.
Mm-mm.
And
That's the
because it's a
promise.
live season, we also have a guest. So now's the time to introduce the guest. Ladies and gentlemen, sharpen your spatulas and ready your ribs for laughter because today we're cooking up some comedy with a side of improv, maybe. Our guest hails from Philadelphia, the land of brotherly love and questionable pizza choices. He's a fixture in the DC comedy scene, but doesn't trust DC pizza, an opinion only a true Philadelphian could defend. In his spare time, he's battling the eternal struggle of symmetrical sideburns and converting classroom boredom into laughter. Welcome to Pod Chef, John Carroll.
Thank you. I didn't realize LeBron was on the show. I can't wait to listen to the episode and hear the clip.
Yeah, it's behind the paywall, but yeah, we'd love for
Okay.
you
Yeah.
to pay and then listen to it.
It's a big tier. It's really up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like $99. I
What-
can't even afford it.
What tier is this one on?
This right here, this part,
Yeah.
This is
me.
almost like,
me. What tier am I on?
this is like the $5 tier.
Okay.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
like this is just a fuck around for us. $5. I mean, like that's-
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like $5, like we don't even care about you giving us $5. Doesn't mean anything to us.
It's like a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It is
Bad
called the cup of
coffee.
coffee tier.
Cup of coffee tier.
Yeah.
All right.
LeBron's a criterion tier.
Yeah.
That makes
That
sense.
and Seven Samurai. We did
Mhm.
a Seven Samurai episode.
Mm-hmm.
it's a long episode.
It is.
Not
Yeah.
a lot of feedback on it though. Interestingly enough.
Well, definitely not feedback that we could read. A lot of the captions were not something we could read. So
Yeah.
People had strong opinions.
What's the
John,
sideburn thing, Jamal?
I don't know. I got that
also,
off
hey,
of,
what's up? This is Brian Jackson. I didn't get into it earlier.
Oh my gosh.
The
Yeah.
sidebird thing is on John Carroll's player profile on Washington Improv Theater's page.
I haven't read that in so long. That's probably, gosh, 8 or 9 years old at this point.
Yeah.
So what does it mean?
Yeah. What does it mean, John?
I don't know. I actually zoned out as you introduced me, and I was like, this is a weird thing Jamal wrote about me.
Great guess.
He's clearly been paying attention to my sideburns. I guess it was when I was trying to, like, get some sideburns going, and
Logan.
was having trouble keeping them
Symmetrical.
evened out, because
Yeah.
you take a little bit off the left, right looks funny, and before you know
Yeah.
it, they're gone.
Can I take a pause?
Please. We're
Please.
going too fast.
Brian,
Yeah.
can you forgive me for not introducing you to this
Yeah.
podcast?
I'm glad that you stopped us to go back to do this because I do feel like it was your fault.
It's my job.
I know.
I thought you were making a power move.
Me?
Maybe,
No.
like
Oh,
putting him
him?
in his place.
By not
yeah.
doing.
But that's a good point. A lot of my power moves are completely absent of mine. I don't do them on purpose.
And you apologize for them almost immediately.
Yes.
Sorry if I'm
Hey.
jumping the agenda here, but I just assumed it was part of I'm here to replace Brian, right? That's what Jamal's message said to me. I thought.
Yes. Why
I
don't
was
we
being
get into that?
introduced
Why
first.
don't you
Yeah.
go ahead and tell everyone why I asked you to be a guest today?
Well, when you told me that you asked LeBron to do it, it made sense.
He was busy though.
He was a hard no.
He
thought
shot
about.
back and said, "I'm too busy."
And we still
was-
had him replace you for
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
episode.
he still did that. Yeah. He was like, I'm
He
doing
al-
JJ's pod now.
He asked me. I asked him. I said, "What's the best kind of busy?" And he said, "Phillips."
Have you guys had JJ on the podcast?
Keep stuck at us.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say he seems attainable.
Oh, you're the Philly guy.
I mean,
He's
he wasn't
big.
the Philly guy. He didn't even live in Philly when he played for Philly. He commuted from Brooklyn.
Of
I
course
wouldn't
he
either.
fucking did.
Smart guy.
Sounds like him.
That's a long commute.
It is.
It's worth it.
It's not.
It's
Not for
worth it.
JJ. He's got a bunch of fuck you money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he said to Philly. Fuck
Mm.
you.
So I'm
I'm
getting
living-
replaced by John. Is what's happening right now?
Well, John, tell him how you got here today.
Yeah, so Jamal, backstage at a show, sort of asked me if I'd be interested in appearing on the podcast. And I was aware of the podcast, but I made clear I'd never seen Top Chef before. And Jamal said that was great. And then I said, because I'd never seen Top Chef before, I haven't actually listened to Pod Chef. And he said, even better. And that's when he asked me if I wanted to replace Brian. And I said, absolutely.
And so this is a tryout of sorts.
Yeah, a little
Um,
trial run. I watched my first episode, and I gotta say, I feel good about taking over.
Oh,
Mm.
okay, Brian, do you hear
Okay.
this? So, guest is already on board, kind of like giving some hints of what's to come after the break. Like, I wish you would do these things, but you don't. So,
Okay,
you're-
so before we get really into this, I just want to ask John a question really quick before we all get into this, all right? Stupid Idiots is what?
It's not my first time around a microphone, Brian. Speaking of
Damn.
hosting, I do have an
Damn,
ad read
sorry
here.
through
Today's
that
show
one.
is brought to you
Shit.
by Presidential Exteriors, a fully licensed, bonded, and insured company in Maryland and Virginia. Free, no obligation estimates. Call them at 571-279-8000.
He brought bits in?
Dude.
I haven't
And
brought
now
a
I
bit in
feel
in
like-
so long.
Now I feel like my spot isn't safe. I only sometimes bring bits.
Again, apologies for jumping the agenda here, Jamal. But
No, it's
Reeves, it was kind of a combo deal that Jamal wanted me to come in and step in for the both of you.
So this is the kind of like input I'm looking for from like a co-host and a co-host. So today is going to be like a magical day for me because I get to see kind of like how Reeves and Brian kind of fare against competition, because competition has been lacking really on this podcast, and so my spot is pretty much secure because no one can do what I do.
Pretty much secured.
And no one can do what I do, and we have a lot of DEI regulations that have to be met for this podcast.
You
so
mean, of course,
I'm fine.
You, of course, mean the didn't earn it version, right?
Yes.
If
Yes.
if I am going to be completely honest, Jamal, once you invited me, I did start gunning for your position until I read those requirements, and then I was like, I gotta back off. This
Yeah.
is just thorny.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about that. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you were going to like the power hunger goes.
Yeah.
So it's like you would take over one position in a second.
Mhm.
It's just a snowball. But I was like, well, I've got some stop gaps, so I'll be
Mhm.
fine. At least for a
I'm
year.
not worried anymore because you said it's a competition.
Mhm.
So it's not a done deal. And you know how I believe wholeheartedly that competition breeds excellence.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to step up. And I'm going to hit a home run.
I hope so. I mean, you're saying that very early on into the episode, and you kind of weren't even introduced. So it's like both of you are kind of a step behind. So,
And I'm worried as hell. And when I'm met with any kind of resistance or someone trying to get more out of me,
yeah.
I fucking quit. And so I want it to be known that I am going to contact my agent. Going to find a transfer so I can go to another pod that has a lot of space for
You
me.
tried this before. You contacted Pack Your Knives, and they kept saying, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Come on, guys, you know who I am."
I would just
We're
write back perfect. And then I would try and like bomb into their Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
they've
like
got
that.
airtight security there, so they
Airtight.
probably
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Airtight.
tough. They got the waiting room. You can't get through that.
Can't get through that waiting room, man.
Mhm.
It's locked
And
tight.
you gotta
Locked
pay.
down. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not
Transplants?
worried. I'm not worried. And I'll tell you why. I got a second thing I'm going to say.
I'm not worried on your behalf either anymore because, I mean, from what I can see here, this is Brian's Zencaster account, so I think we keep him around.
We all pay. We
Yeah.
all pay. I got that Venmo request.
I'm looking at that name, and it seems like it's Brian's.
Thanks for
account.
the reminder, John,
Yeah.
to remind Reeves on that request. All right. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is a
Ooh.
little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. Guess who watched Dune for the first time today?
Let it wash over
Ooh.
me and through me until it's
Mm.
nothing.
My favorite part about Dune was
Did you hear me
that
finish
the
it
main
for you?
character's name is Paul. Yes, I did. It was good.
Paul and
Jeez.
Jessica?
It's just Paul. Everyone else got weird names. That dude's name was Paul.
Whoa, his name is that for the first 3/4 of the movie.
Yeah, wait till you see part 2.
Yeah.
you know?
I've
His
not
name
seen
is-
part 2 yet.
His name is not Paul in that one.
His name is Paul at
Mm.
first.
He's got a bunch of names. By
Yeah,
the
he's
end
got a
of
lot
it.
of names.
He got some cool powers, too. He's kind of like Skywalker, right?
Isanagib.
Yeah, he's kind of like Skywalker. That's a good reference.
This
Yeah.
pre-Skywalker, though, right? Dune book?
Oh yeah, Star Wars kind of ripped off Dune, but because the first Dune movie sucked and came out after Star Wars, everyone
Yeah.
just thinks Dune is like Star Wars now.
So Skywalker is Paul.
Yeah.
Not Paul Walker. Rest in peace.
Mm-mm.
Rest in peace.
You guys see that Vin Diesel video gif he posted on Instagram, him coming out of the water?
No.
No.
Oh my god. Everyone at home right now and on this Instagram and on this video, go to Vin Diesel's Instagram. There's a video that he posted of himself coming out of the water, set to music, and it says like Men's Health behind him. And his caption says, oh, he changed the caption because the caption used to say, sending all love to like the leaders of the country. I don't know.
It's still a weird caption now. It says "Happy Creative Sunday."
He changed it. It did say something weird and creepy, like he was threatening the leaders of the world.
Maybe we just move right into Chefs I Prepared for You.
Let's do it.
Did
Yeah.
you look at the video?
All right, this is a segment, and this is going to be a great
Really good.
time to like kind of see how John, Brian, and Reeves fare amongst
Mhm.
each other in this. So, this is Chefs I Prepared for You, a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and present it as if we are presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner, but we will not vote because voting's dead.
No one's doing it anymore.
Follow the election. Trust me, voting's dead. All
Don't
right?
bother. We're not doing it anymore.
I turned in my voter registration card. Said won't need it.
Your vote don't count.
All right, chefs, I prepared for you curry lamb,
Curry lamb.
garlic ginger rice, garlic ginger brown rice, sautéed kale.
This is the new. What was it that you did for a while? Chicken
Bison.
and sweet. Oh yeah, bison.
bison too. But yeah, I know what you're about to say. The sweet potatoes thing. I want to have that every day.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, is it a mixture of this is healthy and sustainable, like you can continuously eat it and still like it?
Oh, but I switch it up. Like we just got caught on the lamb day. Or are you talking about the rice part?
The rice part?
Oh, I eat rice every day for a specific reason.
Okay.
For what?
For a specific reason. The brown rice specifically, even though it's so hard to imbuke flavor into that bad boy. I got to saute onions and all kinds of other stuff first and then toast the rice. It's a whole thing for brown rice to have flavor.
What's the specific reason?
Brown rice carries a lot of fiber and it helps lower your cholesterol.
Got the silent killer going on.
I don't have the silent killer going. I've got it very well managed, Brian.
You that guy jumping in the water and like, oh, he's hot and sexy, and then he belly flops because people don't know he actually has high cholesterol.
I don't know what that means.
It's a commercial.
There was a commercial like yours.
Alright.
Did a
I
doctor
didn't-
tell you it's getting high, or are you just trying to prevent it from being high?
Oh, I mean, they told me it was high like 4 years ago. It's not high anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I'm very proud of you.
That's not gonna hold your seat. Just so you know.
What will? Money? You want money? I don't have any.
You should know the answer to these questions you're asking.
You might have some money now. I could have sworn I saw Reeves clearly on Venmo.
He did.
I did.
I got
You got
22
that?
bucks. You want that?
Hell yeah.
No, because then that would just make me even from the 22 I sent you.
Hey man, zero's better than negative. That's what I love about money.
That's what I love about my bank account.
Zero's better than
I keep getting older.
That zero
Zero's
still
the
stays
Stays
the
the
same.
same.
Chefs, I prepared for you
Big dog.
chicken fried rice, and the chicken was leftover. Easy.
Mhm.
Didn't have to cook it. The rice was not pre-cooked.
That's the hard part.
What kind of rice?
Just white rice.
Mm.
Here's the thing: when you do fried rice, you need the rice to be cooked ahead of time.
Yes.
You can't throw it in there, saute it, add the other things,
Mhm.
and then assume
That's gonna
there will
absorb
be
moisture.
water.
It
It
gets
doesn't
hard,
work that
right?
way.
No,
No.
it does.
So
And you
I
knew that going in.
but I already knew that.
Yeah, you knew that going in.
Yeah.
So
That's cooking 101.
Yeah, and if Thomas taught us anything, it's the first college level class of cooking 101. So of course,
Also
after
statistics.
15 minutes, I said, "This rice will break teeth."
Mm-hmm.
And so I just I took my cup of water and just poured it all in there.
Mm-hmm.
Risotto.
You know what I mean? And yes, it worked. It absorbed it, and then after a little while, it did become rice, and it
Good.
was
That's risotto.
okay. Yes, and I basically made a risotto. And in a way, it was a risotto.
You it was like an opposite.
Yeah. Wait, fried rice. Anyway, I tried to do the other thing.
Got an egg in it?
Yeah. Did the egg.
Did
Scallions?
you scramble the egg separately
yeah,
and then
you better
add
believe.
Mm-mm.
Scramble it separately. No, I did not.
it? Oh. That's
Now,
what seen.
I've only watched one episode of Top Chef. Is it typical for the hosts to ask the chef about extra ingredients that might be in the dish
Mhm.
that they perhaps forgot about introducing?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Happens all the
Okay,
time.
just checking.
I could have used a little more egg in mine. It's how they'll say it.
Can I stop and say, do you guys see how even in this segment, John found a way to tie it back into Top Chef? And like that's the kind of stuff I would love to see you
I'm gonna
guys
point
do.
out. I'm gonna point out. That's a negative because we ain't at that point of the show yet.
Yeah, but he's kind of still teasing like that. Hey, this is a food podcast where we review Top Chef.
I don't even
It's like,
think about Top Chef till that fucking thing hits in the middle and says
Mm-mm.
Pod Chef. I don't even think about Top Chef.
that's
I don't
kind of the
even want
problem.
to think about it because I hate the show, but I still.
I don't
do
even
this
like watching
podcast.
the show.
It's all part of the problem.
It's not nearly as good as the other shows that I watched, like The Challenge, which is a perfect show.
Challenge is so good. Remember when I did the challenge on this show and it was really good?
Yeah, it was before I
Mhm.
watched it. I didn't get it. Now I'd be like, hell yeah, I love that now. Do it again. And I'll get it. I'll know what's going on this time. Chefs, last night I procured for you drunken noodles with chicken from the place that we always go. And I'll give an excuse as always. We went to the PWHL game in Newark. We support women's sports here in the
Oh,
South.
cool.
And on the way home, we're like, it'll be really good Thai food. And so we ordered it, picked it up on the way home. And it was really good.
All right.
Well, chefs, today I brought for you some chicken lo mein from Gourmet Asian Bistro in Darewood, Maryland. It's got noodles, onions, sprouts, peppers, chicken, and some good old MSG.
Okay, that
love
ties it
that.
all together.
You'll love it.
That's the glue.
I should point out I ate most of it, but these leftovers are yours to share.
Wow.
I'm a huge fan of the show.
And is this a carrot?
No,
No.
I listed all the ingredients.
Oh, what am I
Yeah.
looking at then?
He
Shit.
did not say carrot. So.
Is this a noodle?
I said noodle.
So this is a noodle.
It is
What
a
I'm
noodle,
looking
yes.
at.
I'm sorry. I thought you were. I didn't realize you didn't recognize noodles or not noodles. Yes, that's a noodle.
Well, I taste with my mouth and I don't look at the food.
Well, you just put it in your nose. Your mouth's just a little bit below.
And I think you're forgetting that I'm the judge. And what I do is what I do.
And now you're in jail.
Mayor, mind you.
I knew I should have watched more of this show.
Mayor, mind you. Fear is the mind killer.
John,
That's not fair.
if you would have had to do this yourself, would you have used water to cook the noodles, or would you just put them in dry and then later put in some water when you realized it's too hard, too al dente, maybe?
Reeves, I usually, when I'm hungry, ask myself, am I in a crunchy mood or a slurpy mood?
Hell
Good
yeah.
question.
Last
Sure.
night I was in a slurpy mood, but it's nothing like the satisfying crunch of a crispy box of noodle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, it'll cook in your stomach,
So-
baby.
Mm-hmm.
I've snacked on an uncooked noodle before where you're cooking. Just get one. First, you're a farmer for a little bit.
Oh,
You put it in your
hell
mouth,
yeah.
And you're a farmer for a good while.
You're feeling pretty bumpkin. Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then you
Step
put
outside, go on your porch,
hands in my belt loops.
big linguine pasta in your mouth.
Checking on the crops. Still there.
I mean, if you think about it, you could really call it Dune style because they ain't got enough water on Arrakis to cook those noodles. So
That's true.
Oh, shit.
those noodles are pretty crispy in Benton.
But they got plenty of spice.
You could see it. You think they got more spice than fucking Charlie's food do? Oh no, I'm talking about Top Chef too early. I must not fear. Fear is
Don't
the
do
mind
this,
killer.
so
I
scared.
thought you were talking about food court staple Charlie's cheesesteaks. Because we're
Joe-
not talking about Top Chef yet.
Do you have an ad read for Charlie's Cheesesteaks?
I do. Charlie's Cheesesteaks. Find it at your nearest mall, home of the world's best cheesesteak.
This guy's from Philly, so he knows.
He knows.
Oh, I'm just reading copy. I can't take a stance on this.
You don't stand by what you read for ads.
Oh,
That's
never.
another
Yeah,
negative notch.
that's another positive, yeah.
What? Positive?
Yeah, he doesn't stand by whatever he reads. He just takes the money. I can
I
respect that.
must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the whole death.
Okay, so let's see. Who do we think won?
Paul.
Atreides. I think it's John.
Atreides.
I think John won.
I think John did win.
I think John won because
Scary.
Reeves cooked. He just put dry rice into a pot, hoping that it would become real rice.
Sounds
Brian,
Really
that's
hoped
true.
hard too. You really hoping hard too.
Brian
Hey, you hope
classically
hard now.
did not actually prepare anything, and my meal is just copy paste of what my meals have been while I've been focused on this little health journey. So I think the only one who had any
Isn't it over?
inspiration. What?
Isn't it your health journey over? You did it. Congratulations.
It's never over, Brian. That's the problem.
You're officially sexy now. We talked about
Yeah,
this.
the doctor said you were sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the doctors, the horniness surgery didn't take.
The health journey is like a marathon, and marathons do end. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. It's over.
It's
Congratulations.
not a
26
race. It's a marathon, but the marathon ends. So it's just slightly longer.
So John wins. And I think that is a good summation of our supper club. We'll be right back after this.
Pod Chef.
Welcome back to Pod Chef. This is Top Chef Season 21, Episode 5, I believe.
Mhm.
Right? Or is it 4?
Nope, 5.
5.
5. Episode 5. That's what Brian wanted me to say. Another reason why he's on the chopping block.
I do want to talk about Spanish numbers though in this episode.
Okay. You want to talk
All
now
right.
about it?
Later, so I don't forget. I'll tease it to you all.
Ooh.
And when we call our tres leches cake 4 leches.
Great. I think we have the same note.
This is the part of the podcast where I hand over the reins to my co-host, and this is, more pressure than last time because now technically Reeves is the host, and his co-host is now John Carroll,
Mm.
and then John Carroll's co-host is Brian Jackson. So it's like
Where
it's
are
an
you in this,
interesting-
Jamal?
Oh, I'm out right now because now I'm just
I'm out.
auditing. I'm just auditing now.
Oh,
I get to
okay.
see this
Mhm.
in action, like what could be, So I'd love to just you guys just do your thing, and I'll be over here sniping in comments. This will be good.
So to start off, kind of on a positive note, there was too much fucking Top Chef to watch this week.
Yep.
53-minute episode without commercials and 2 13-minute episodes that I had to
With
watch.
commercials.
Yeah, that's what the length of a movie should be.
Mm-hmm.
Not Dune. Dune's longer than that.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
movies
Dune is
today.
much longer.
I must not fear. Fear is the mic. Fear is the brings total evolution. I'll face my fear.
So we open on a series of 3-person fabricated interactions
Mhm.
at the hotel. This whole ridiculousness that they make them all go together and force conversations.
I hate that they go into the room and they open the window and go, nice view. Like they've never seen the view before.
Whoa, you got a window in here?
Whoa, is that the farmer's market conveniently right there? Oh.
Is that a highway? Whoa.
Whoa.
They got those here?
Kristen calls them, I guess.
They're all separate though. So she makes like one call and then she like groups them all in, right? Is that how phones work? She like adds them all to the call? Or do they all come together? Because they're in different
FaceTimes
rooms.
them. Yeah,
but
she
they're in different
FaceTimes.
rooms.
Yeah. I think she FaceTimes 3 people because they're all grouped together and those
Are
3
we
people.
supposed to think that it's FaceTime? Because it was a pre-recorded message.
I think it was supposed to be FaceTime. I think that's what we were supposed to think, that it was a video call.
It was clearly night outside, and
It was a
day.
cameo.
Yeah.
She's in a cameo. They paid for it.
Yeah, she was on a cameo
Hey!
for her own show.
Dan Jacobs, I hear it's your birthday. She started.
Wow, birthdays are really amazing.
I remember my birthday.
When I won Top Chef, you guys have to recognize what the thing is that you did. Why it's important that you get the cameo from me. When I got one from Carla Hall, she did the Hootie Hoo.
Hell yeah.
Didn't ask
Yeah.
her to.
I was in the background of that video.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she was hooting hooing.
Trying to
She was
do
trying to
the
find you.
opposite. Yeah.
She couldn't find me.
So Kristen says, look outside your window. Open the window pane. Look outside your window. There's a farmer's market. Look in your pocket. You got $100. Get out there.
There's a key in the bookshelf.
Rip open the book. Go to that farmer's market. Spend $100. However the hell you want to spend it, just spend it. Spend the money. Who cares?
It's money. Can't take it with you.
And then meet me on a fucking rooftop. And we're gonna do a quick fire because those are back now.
Yeah.
We're doing them again now. Oh yeah, and who knows what the challenge is? I'm not telling you until you get here.
Nope. You don't know. I don't think she knew either.
No, and then she got off and she's like, "Oh Jesus Christ, I gotta come up with some kind of challenge." I don't even have a rooftop. I gotta find a rooftop.
Felt like one of those episodes where Kristen was like, Padma was doing this entire time? She was coming.
This is a lot. Yeah. She was like, and she had to give them quick fires every episode.
That's insane. I thought you guys had writers.
She's constantly calling Padma, asking for ideas. Padma's like, "I'm not in this position
Yeah.
anymore." Okay.
Talk to Tom. or as Gail calls him, T. I gotta go.
This is
They
one
have
of
a
those-
writer's room, but they don't have writers. I hate
Yeah.
to bring up Instagram again, and I won't do it anymore. I promise. But the other day, Padma posted a picture,
Points off.
and it's just her in a bathing suit, very revealing.
Uh-huh.
And the caption just says,
Okay.
"I have an exciting new project for you very soon." That's all that it says.
Well, it
Did-
is.
did
Well,
she-
now I'm excited. What is the project?
Did she
Well,
post
that's what
it?
Jamal brought me here to talk about
Yeah.
today.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a collaboration between Podchef, Presidential Exteriors, and Padma. Kind of how to make your home look like the entryway to a restaurant.
Yeah.
But I'm
wow.
going to let Padma break the rest of it. I'm
Yeah.
going to step on her Insta.
Well, okay, good. Because she won't come on our show and talk about it. She refuses.
I'm working on it. I think it might be happening soon.
Jesus Christ.
That'd
Yeah.
be huge because Tom says he won't let her do it either. It's kind of this thing where he says I won't let her. She says I don't want to.
Mm.
We don't know who to believe, but
Yeah.
the outcome is still the same. She's not on the pod.
here.
Speaking of Tom, I can't believe he wasn't at this farmer's market. If there's one thing we know about this man, it's he loves a farmer's market.
Put the
Mhm.
hat on. Put that straw hat on.
Go
He didn't want to have to
fishing?
be pushing through all those people there.
Oh yeah, it's true. He hates
Were
crowds.
they were like aware that they were there and pushing
don't think
past
they
them
were.
and cutting a line, right? They
I
weren't
don't
waiting
think
in
they were.
lines.
I was so excited at first when they pitched this as a huge fan of Supermarket Sweep as a child. I was like, great. It's going to be like competitive shopping. This will be fun. And once I saw they were in a market where there were clearly a bunch of people just there shopping and they're running around, I was stressed out.
Yep.
It was not fun, and I felt bad for all the other people.
Can you imagine you're at the farmer's market and you're just like, oh, let me just look at this kale. And some weirdo's like, excuse me. Yeah, can I see this? Oh, that's not good. I need all
Sticking
this
their
kale.
nose in it,
Yeah.
being like,
Yeah.
"Not this one. You take it.
Yeah.
You're like, what's going on?
This is
Why
for the
are they-"
peasants."
And like you can see people like shouting across the other stands. What are you looking for? Ginger. I'm looking for ginger.
Very- Yelling over the 15-year-old kid playing guitar in the middle, doing Stairway to Heaven.
I need this money. I need this money. Grabbing it out of the
Closes
suitcase.
guitar case, takes it.
Um,
Rasika pushes you down out of the way to get to fucking, I don't know, beetroot.
Mm,
Savannah
points off.
reveals that every time she went to the farmer's market, her boyfriend would time her. I think as a way to practice quick fires. And then she went on to say, like, she came back late. Her boyfriend would yell at her. So that was the other part of it. He'd get so pissed.
I often tell my wife that she's doing quick fires.
You got 15 minutes. Beep,
We're at
beep,
the-
beep, beep.
we're like clothes shopping. She's taking too long. And I'm like, your time starts now.
We got to practice for that quick fire.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Buying
And then, of course, I yell at her.
clothes.
Yeah, I'm going to yell at her, of course. You've got $20 to buy pants in 10 minutes. Doesn't make any sense. Points added.
So
Points lost for that.
they arrive at the rooftop of the restaurant and they are tasked with making dishes, pairing their ingredients from the farmer's market with one of 10 different sauces from the first cookbook of Carson Gully, the head chef at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And the winner receives a cool $7,500
Before
Ooh,
taxes.
before
baby.
taxes. Oh, thank you, Wells Fargo. What a
Yeah.
nice, good company. Thank you, Wells Fargo.
What's that, like $5,000 afterwards?
Something like that.
After
Unless
Obama's done
you're a
with it.
billionaire. You don't pay any of it. Then you get straight $7,500.
Yeah. Well, you just put it into a charity, a foundation, then you can move your money
I
wherever
just
you want.
funnel it to my foundation.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
does remind me, just as a new watcher, how many of the competing chefs this season are billionaires?
2 of them are.
Two of
Yeah,
them?
at least
Okay.
2.
Yeah,
I know
you
which
could
two.
tell.
Thank you.
Guess. Yeah. Can you say it? I'll
Yeah.
give you their names: Kenny, David, Kalina, Rasika, Savannah, Amanda, Michelle, Valentine, Charlie, Dan, Danny, Manny, Kevin, Laura, Alicia.
And some aren't in the competition anymore.
But you know, so who is it?
Charlie and Valentine.
That's right.
That's sort of right. Except Valentine's out, so
You can still be a billionaire.
Yeah, you can be a billionaire and lose.
So they come up and grab cards to select their sauce. Laura looks at every card and throws some back.
Is this typical? Because
No.
as
No.
an avid game player, the looseness of the rules is driving me crazy, and I was glad Dan gave voice to them.
Dan had none of it.
Yeah, he was like, "Jeez."
And she's lucky that Padma would have fucking kicked her ass off the fucking thing. She did
Yeah.
like kicked her off like the fucking penguin falling off in Batman movie.
Well, I think the ghost of Padma really got at her because she had a tough time this episode. People were kind of coming at her a little later.
Yeah.
Michelle got raisin sauce.
Most of these sauces were yucky.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
I did.
You can.
Okay. Should I?
No.
One sauce was like eggs and fish stock.
Yeah. Well, raisin sauce, of course, is ham, fat, and vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, raisins. Yeah. So the chefs get cooking. Charlie is cooking. He's very nostalgic for his mom, which is very sweet. And they show a picture of him with a massive fish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very nice.
He got the Creole sauce.
Yeah, which fits. He's a chef from New Orleans, so it works very well for him. Manny gets Figaro sauce. He's having trouble with his burner. He decides to use the grill. Easy peasy. Oh, also he used to box and do MMA. He said, "I used to do both." The guest judge said, "Those you don't look like you got gym muscles. You look like you got fighting muscles. Built those in fights."
Which I thought we couldn't make those comments anymore.
We can't?
Well,
We shouldn't.
We
should.
shouldn't.
On
is
the
that what
bottom,
W stands for in W Kamal Bell. We Kamal Bell.
Yes. But not as in small.
I
Big
thought
man.
it stood for Wisconsin. Isn't that why he was on the show?
Also right.
Also right. Points on.
okay. On the bottom here, we got Michelle. She, of course, had the raisin sauce, and then she tried to make an egg sandwich with it. It didn't work. It was yucky. We hated it.
It's so yucky.
Amanda, her sauce was gloppy and too salty. And then, of course, our resident Frenchman, Kevin, was missing texture. Now, on the top, Charlie. Fresh, had a nice kick to it, the Creole kick, which is what we're looking for. His sauce, of course, was that. The cheater, Laura. Nice balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, our resident man who is fighting for his life, Manny. It was a very homey meal. And then the winner, of course, is our friend Charlie
Congratulations,
with his
Charlie.
Creole sauce.
Who's on my team? So thank you, Charlie.
This is great for him, and the rest of the episode goes very well for him too.
It's a sign
sorry-
of things to come.
Sorry to rewind for a brief moment, Reeves, but something that was really stood out to me was, am I saying Rosica correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Rosica, whatever.
Yeah. Rosica buying popcorn at the farmer's market and then just crumbling it up and throwing it on top of her dish was like the most relatable moment for me. It's just when something doesn't seem like it works texturally and you just throw something crunchy from the pantry on it to just give it something. I related to that big time.
It's like a pretty standard Top Chef move to put popcorn on top of things.
Mhm.
Yeah. For a
people are like,
crunch.
oh, this is very good for crunch. But
Yeah.
when I put like chips and on things, people are like, what are you doing, dude? That's a salad. Well,
Yeah.
I need chips in it.
Well, you put salt and vinegar chips on like chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm
developing flavors.
I've put Doritos on white bread. Sometimes you just got to get by with what you
I
have.
stand by this sandwich, and this is 100%. I haven't done it in 30 years, but a tuna fish sandwich with Cheetos on it.
And you'll stand by that?
I will put me in court. I'll stand up. I'll put my hand on the Bible.
Oh, and
The
you swore
American
off
Bible
religion.
and the other one.
Which flavor Cheetos?
It's used. So to me, it's the blue bag, the
Cool
crunchy
Ranch.
blue bag ones. That's Doritos.
And now we've got controversy.
Cheetos are like the with the tiger.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
That guy.
Oh, I just don't
Points
know
on for
what's
me.
happening.
John said Doritos. I said Cheetos.
Mhm.
That's I understand that is your truth. That is not what I heard.
Okay. I bet that's good too, though. Cool Ranch Doritos on tuna fish sandwich. That sounds good to me too. I'll stand by that.
Whatever.
Uh,
Okay.
While we're here, I did have to ask about this quickfire. Is Morton's Kosher Salt a sponsor of the show?
It is now.
Yeah.
He's
It's always
right in on
been.
that shit.
Hey, can you do the ad read for Morton's, please?
Morton's Kosher Salt. We have the market cornered on salt, but we'll still sprinkle around some cash for Top Chef to do a slow-mo 5-second zoom in on our box, because why not? Morton's
perfect.
Kosher Salt.
That's perfect.
So, thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you.
I want to mention how what happened is it shows the salt, and you see the salt, and for whatever reason, no one got shot with the salt by the end of the episode. When you show the salt,
Yeah.
you gotta use the salt. Someone's gotta get shot
Check
with by the
off
end of the
salt.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta happen. The whole time, like, when's he gonna get shot with the salt? It's gotta come up. They're gonna call back that salt. All right, I'm waiting. They're gonna here it comes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't come.
When I see the seagull on stage and they bring out the salt, at the very end, I better see the salt again. Someone better get assaulted, right?
Yeah. That's not how filmmaking works. I'm sorry, Top Chef. You didn't.
I mean,
do
it's
a
one of
good
my
job.
few complaints about the Dune movie is that you keep seeing this sand, but nobody ever gets blasted by it. You know?
And nobody eats it.
No.
Except for Shy Halou.
That dude only eats sand. Here's a
Have you ever
hardcore
had
band.
Shai Halud on the show?
Oh,
Keeps
God.
ducking us.
He's ducking our ass.
Coward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Probably
elimination challenge,
Points on.
the chefs were invited to a supper club
Mm-hmm.
at the Harvey House. We will talk about supper club. They were divided into two teams.
Which they
and
all
were-
loved. Very excited about it.
They were stoked, so happy about it. We'll go over the teams, and they were asked to prepare their own supper club menus for the guest judges and for the freaks. The menu, let's just go over this so we all know it. It includes a relish tray, a fish dish, a chicken dish, a beef dish, and dessert. The winner will receive immunity. Next challenge, of course. Yes, those are the important pieces.
Yeah.
Now, feelings on Supper Club?
I don't think I'd get the invite.
It is the first thing I wrote is I first looked up Supper Club because I was like, what the fuck is this?
As one does.
And then I was like, oh, well, you know what? Let me read you what the definition is.
Thank you. Webster's defines supper club as
A traditional dining establishment that is also functioning as a social club. The term may describe different establishments depending on the region, but in general, supper clubs tend to present themselves as having a high-class image, even if the price is affordable to all. And then I wrote, is this racist?
Well, so I also Googled supper club after this too, just to I really want to know more
Sure.
about it. And when it said that it has a classy, kind of appeal to it, I looked further into that. And what it said was no fitted hats. no white t-shirts. No
Anything
basketball
about,
jerseys.
Anything about earrings or anything like that? Or
It said that they must be, and it said concealable, but it also said nothing concealed.
What was the shorts
that's kind of surprising.
restrictions? Could I wear
So
shorts?
you are allowed to wear shorts, but they have to be shorter than your knee. If they go below your knee, then everyone gets to say hey, those are pants, basically. And then no colors. S.
No
S,
colors.
S.
Points on.
I too looked up Supper Club in
Great
the true
guest.
competitive spirit. I went to a more, cut through the bullshit source, Urban Dictionary,
Yes.
which defined it as a nicer term used in suburban areas for a swingers group. So I was very disappointed by the rest of the episode.
Okay, that gives a different
Yeah.
definition to fish dinner.
Yeah. They're
Oh,
known for having
Brian.
buffets at those things, right?
All you can eat.
More than one way.
The green team consists of Amanda.
I can see why Padma's not allowed on the show. that all tracks now.
So you think it's that way? You think that she's
it's
not
that?
allowed?
You think she's not allowed? You think it's that?
You think she
Well,
wants to be on the show, but Tom won't allow her to be on the
yeah,
show?
you guys literally said Tom won't allow her to be on the show.
But also, she actively doesn't want to be in the show.
That's
Supposedly,
what she says.
She says.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
says, I won't be on there anyway, she says.
it's really a chicken or egg question, right? It's basically did
Yeah,
Tom
the
get
chicken.
to her before
We
she had to
established
pay?
that in the last
Yeah,
episode.
or if you're doing fried rice, both.
Who's winning? Because it does feel like it's Brian and I against John right now.
I cannot
Do we have points
reveal.
together? Are our points
can't-
together or
I
separate?
can't
God, that's
reveal
what I
the
thought.
rules until the next episode. I'm so sorry.
What? I won't
Okay.
know until I have a job until next week.
This is how the business works.
I
I'm
got
so
bills
sorry.
to pay.
Yeah.
I got Dunkin' Noodles to buy every other night.
Brian, just so you feel more comfortable, Jamal is also keep telling our scores together because you have the
Oh.
Zencaster account. So you've
Okay.
got two options to stay on this show with Reeves or with me.
So I'm not going anywhere. So
Jeez.
may I say this? Fear is not the mind killer.
Okay, green team.
Points off. Points off.
Amanda, Charlie, Danny, Laura, Manny. Purple team, Dan, Kevin, Michelle, Rosika, Savannah.
That's good team on paper.
You would think. So the chefs head out to the supper club meal. Try it out, see what it's like.
Yeah.
It's a converted train station. It's a restaurant now. Wow,
Ooh.
so cool. I'm all about this relish course, by the way. Relish
I'm into
course
that
sounds
too.
delicious.
Please. Yeah.
I'm stoked about that. They give them a prime rib that looks like it hasn't been cooked, which gets called back twice later, so that's cool. They go absolutely nuts for this fried fish.
The most basic looking fried fish and French fries.
Brian, it was big.
They go insane for it.
They were like, "Whoa!
What the fuck?"
Zoom in, it just looks like fish and chips.
That looks like Shai Halud because they also just saw Dune.
Mhm.
Cholesterol is the heart killer.
There's spice in this fish.
What is? Do we learn what spice is later?
You
I know
trip
that
balls. It's
it propels my car, but also makes me lose my shit. What is that in my terms? In like me on Earth in real life
Oil.
terms? That's oil.
That's the analogy.
I was gonna say it's like catnip, but if it affected you, that's the vibe I get from it.
I never. Hey man, I never tried it.
Wait, let's go. Let's go to the judges. Jamal, points.
Points on.
So here's an important piece. They only have $1,000 per team at Whole
Mhm.
Foods.
And they gotta feed a bunch of freaks.
Yeah.
I thought this was a lot. Having no experience at the show, I was like, wow, this is going to be fancy. And it just immediately became clear it was a problem. In my defense, I did not know that there was going to be a groundbreaking quattro leche made.
Sorry, you
Which
need 4
seemed to really-
leches.
And now is the time to get into that.
yes.
Almost. Really?
Almost. Feeling good. Yeah, it feels like it should be adequate, but when you're cooking this fancy food, I guess it's not enough. And especially since Laura needs to get supposedly an entire bottle of bourbon
Yeah.
for her cake, which of course is sold at a Whole Foods in Wisconsin. It's nicely placed right at the butcher area. She refuses to back down in all her ingredients and quickly goes over, and Danny is pissed.
I feel like they don't even like try. She doesn't even like acknowledge. She's just like boom, boom, boom. Whatever's left, you can have. And there's not much left.
She just
Danny's
keeps saying, "I need
fucked.
this. I need this." She goes,
Onions
"I need
aren't the
this."
problem here.
Onions, I love onions are the problem here. Onions cost a nickel.
Onions aren't the problem.
That's not the
I would have
problem.
laughed if she said, "Onions aren't the problem here, babe.
Hey, boo.
Onions aren't the problem here, sweetheart."
Look, babe.
Babe. Onions aren't the problem here.
Chachi.
Chachi.
It just struck me as
I
strange
ran
that they don't.
contract.
China.
Shy Hollywood.
I mean, Dennis Miller gave my favorite performance in the 1984 Dune.
Is he in it?
Oh yeah, he's Paul Atreides.
He's Paul. He's Luke Skywalker.
Freaking Sting is in it too. Not
What?
that Sting.
Not that thing.
Oh, the singer. Boo.
No.
What?
Another professional wrestler.
No.
I wanted to be the wrestler. That's what I was excited about.
Not that Sting, we said.
So which Sting is it? Not Sting. Wait, John, do you watch wrestling? We haven't talked about that at all.
What's that?
Do you watch wrestling?
Points off.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I run hot and cold with it. There was a time I thought this would be too far afield. I was going to bring up earlier. You guys mentioned the challenge. I remember watching the season that CM Punk was on. I was like, "This will be fun,"
Hell
and he
yeah.
gets eliminated
season is that?
immediately.
What season is that?
It's the
I forget, but
it's like the US invasion one where it's like there's do a crossover with other things.
Oh,
He's
that's
the
like-
first one.
That's like not in the like line
Yeah.
of regular. So now I will look for it for sure.
Okay.
Man,
It's
that
worth
show is
watching.
So good. I want to see CT and fucking CM Punk so bad.
Oh, you see CT and Bananas. Bananas talk shit to him. It's great.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
Look in my eyes. So Danny is super pissed. He said,
He
"I got
is.
enough for like
Fucking
12
leaves.
people." And
He
then he
leaves.
walks out, and then people go, "Danny, no. No, Danny. Danny, no. No, Danny, no. No."
No one
Then-
actually tries to stop him.
No one tries to stop him. Cut to
Danny-
next day, no resolution.
Nope.
No.
Now you show him this Top Chef 10 years ago. We're going back to the fucking Top Chef house, and they're fighting.
Yeah.
They're drinking wine and they're fighting.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why Danny's so mad. It's just and he comes in and they're talking. And he's like, "Are you still talking about it?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't understand." No, what you did, you spent too much money. Okay, you didn't need this. I needed it. Well, and then they go, and then he like pours water on her head, and they're
Yes.
holding her back, and she goes, "You're gonna die.
You're gonna die in the elimination tomorrow.
You're gonna die."
When
forgot
Danny was
about
at the cash register looking at the stuff he had to take out, I don't know why, but in my head, the theme from the Batman movie was playing. Of like, dun, 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 dun. And he walked off so angrily. I was like, he's gonna go put on the cape now.
That's his origin story.
Yeah, he's gonna go put on the cape now. He's like, great, I can only feed 12 people. I gotta change this city.
Fear's the
now-
mind killer.
That's a
That's it.
Batman that I'm going to see. Not the one where his parents are murdered or whatever. The one where he's at a checkout counter and he doesn't get all the ingredients he wants.
Points on, points on.
I got to fix this city. Wait a second. I got to get up these stairs so tired.
Brian, I would like to come back on the show when Brian sees Dune 2 because the Batman cameo in that is insane.
Oh my god, please.
yeah.
I'm ready for that. Paul! Where's Paul?
Where is he?
Where's Lisan Al Gaib?
That's what I was saying most of the movie. I was like, where's Zendaya? They keep her from you the whole movie. Again, they're like, hey man, you want to watch Zendaya? Go watch Challengers, brother.
I got to save either Paul or Zendaya. Shia LaBeouf doesn't come to me. I go to him.
Yo, they fucking ride those fucking things, dude.
Yeah.
It feels like Ra's al Ghul from the Christian Bale Batmans. He seems like he would easily fit in the Duneverse, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah, easily.
like Al Ghul's probably a family in there. You know,
Yeah.
further you get in outer space.
And the name Shah Halud sounds like Ra's al Ghul.
Mhm.
They're very similar
Yeah.
sounding names. They're the same universe names.
Yeah.
So, well, let's speed through this. We cut to the.
You merely adopted the sand. I was born in it. That's Zendaya to Paul.
Next day, chefs head to the restaurant to cook.
You
What's
made a
on?
mistake.
What's
Not as
on?
big as the one you've made, I'm afraid. Paul Atreides.
I would do that with Anna. This was Anna's given by my great aunt.
Fast forward a little more. The judges and the freak show up.
I will break Arrakis. Then you have my permission to die.
Danny's chicken liver mousse looks like ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people like that?
Oh,
Isn't
I
that
love
what
it.
chicken
They
liver
like
mousse
it.
looks like, though?
Yeah, pretty much. It's. I mean, if it's done right, baby.
If it's
That's
done
what it looks
right,
like. It's
it looks like
delicious.
mousse.
It's very, very.
What's it
good.
taste like?
Chicken livers.
Like if chicken was creamy and slightly saltier.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
If put on a little piece of toast, baby.
Yeah, it's not bad.
heaven.
Better than just a piece of chicken on a piece of sandwich.
Yeah. Sandwich?
You just call it a chicken sandwich. That's what it is.
Just a chicken sandwich.
Imagine if you could go to Chick-fil-A and get chicken liver mousse sandwiches.
Wow.
They just spread it on the bread and hand it
I'd
to you.
cover that shit in fucking Chick-fil-A sauce. And the honey mustard's fucking banging around you. That shit is so good.
You want to do the ad read, Brian?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. We love God and 14-year-olds that work here.
Points off. All right, keep going.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Can I do it again? Can I take it again? Can I take it again?
No.
Fuck.
Charlie and
Face
Danny.
planted on that one.
Charlie and Danny do a relish and fish. Charlie's fish is overcooked. Tom.
So overcooked.
So let's cut to it. Judge's table.
My favorite thing about when Tom is like, is anyone else's fish overcooked? Is anyone else? He loves to like kind of pull the room first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anyone
Anyone
else?
else's stuff really salty?
Because I'd really like to push this agenda right now.
Yeah. He wants to make sure he's got support before he makes a big bold statement. He doesn't seem like an idiot.
I thought the opposite, Brian. I thought it was just to be like, everyone's going to agree with me, right? Like, I would not be the one to say, like, actually, mine's perfectly cooked. I feel like an idiot.
Well,
I
I
said,
hate giving
Tom.
I hate giving Tom notes, but this is how you do that.
Yeah.
You say, "Wow, this fish is really 1, 2, 3," and everyone goes, "Salty." And if people say it wrong, they go, "Oh, the fuck is you?" And then you got to start over again, and then you're stuck at like salty and overcooked, salty overcooked, salty overcooked. 1, 2, 3, chicken. But then they said hospital. There's nowhere to go from there.
Egg.
Yeah.
Eggs pretty good. Chicken hospitals with eggs pretty good. Yeah.
Finger, too.
Egg and finger. Lady finger.
So the purple team win. Michelle isn't there. Manny says she's being taken care of. She's got a little tummy ache.
Amanda's not there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Michelle.
Her tummy hurts.
Her tummy hurts. Amanda's not there. And the winner, of course, is Dan with his relish tray. Very tasty.
Who's the
chicken liver
manager
mousse.
on my team?
He is.
That's looking good for you. The
Look,
green
John,
team.
if you don't know, if you need to know who in the show is on my team, it's all the black people, and I have Dan, who's the manager of my team. So
It's true.
Nice. I mean, Dan did well, so I assume your team's doing pretty well.
if the manager's living good, we're all living good. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
nice. Am I inheriting Brian and Reeves' team if I wind up?
No,
replacing
you can
both?
have mine.
Yeah, you can have these scrubs.
You can have mine.
Brian's
I'm looking
trying
to come off
Brian
some players.
has been trying to give away his team. Since
Trade
week
deadline's
2,
coming up, and I'm looking to
so-
sell. I'm selling. I got to bring this up. Purple team won. They didn't say shit to Manny, and he fucked this shit up real bad.
Right?
Yeah.
They usually do that. They must have cut it because there's no way they didn't fucking.
Yeah.
That was on the plate, and they were like, "God damn, this shit
Yeah.
has a name." They're making cow noises.
It was bad. Not cooked at all. I mean, both of them, him and Kevin both had the beef, dish, and both of theirs was like just seared 1 minute each side, and then that was
Yeah.
it. If that. But
Why
it
did they do that?
I don't know. It looks gross.
Manny called his medium rare when he put it down,
It
Yeah.
wasn't
and I was like,
very great.
I'm not a chef, dude, but no.
That shit's bloody. Green team, of course, is on the bottom. They asked Charlie why his fish. When did you fire your fish? He's like, I don't know, 30, 40, 45 minutes, 60 minutes.
How much time did it cook? The entire time.
70, 80.
Yeah. Let it sit there. And then Kristen's freaking head almost fell off. She was so upset. She couldn't believe it. We go back to the stew room.
Well, they
and-
do one thing. They do wonder why no one has any money for things.
Yes.
And then the cheater says, "Oh, proteins and stuff."
Proteins and stuff.
And
People are
Danny's face
shaking their
goes,
head. Yeah.
"Can't even look like
Yeah.
fuck,
Again,
proteins and stuff."
he almost wanted to go put on the mask.
It's da-da-da-da-da-da.
Tom calls her and he's like, well, why did you do two things and both of them were bad when you could have just done one thing that was bad and saved some money? And Laura was like, well, it's exciting. And Tom's like, you're literally eating the budget.
I'm giving you a hint right now.
Take my advice. And then back in the stew room, Laura keeps arguing with everyone. She really won't back down from this. She's like, there's no way. It's $200. No way it was $200. It was $150 tops. Danny's doing a lot of eye rolling. She's in the doghouse. Gail, they're talking about it beforehand. Gail says, it's between, Charlie and it's like between being undercooked and doing essentially mush. Charlie's was edible, but it was basically mush. And is undercooked meat worse than overcooked fish? And Tom's like, there's only one right answer here.
Yeah, chicken or the egg, same situation. Age-old question.
Yes, of course, the chicken.
Lady finger.
Eliminated.
3, 2, 1. Snack.
Snack.
We got a mind.
No, we got.
Charlie is eliminated. For
Bumblebee.
His fish dish.
Points.
No callbacks.
Wait, who goes home?
Charlie. He goes
Yeah.
home for his fish dish.
He's had a rough season.
Yes.
Got some cash though.
Hey, he made it to week 5.
Baby scraped.
Yeah.
Um.
He didn't do anything. He was the lowest again. He was the lowest points total in this episode, so it made sense that he'd leave.
Numbers
So-
don't lie. Women do.
Last
You wanna
Chance
take that
Kitchen.
again? Do you want to take that?
I'll
again?
just power through it. Last Chance Kitchen. There's 2 episodes.
Oh my God.
There's no need for it. It's a bunch of nonsense. Kalina wins the first one. It's they have to make a like a breakfast sandwich kind of thing.
Breakfast Club.
She wins the first one. No one's eliminated, and they're like, "Let's just do another episode." Why do we do this? I don't know.
Fucking so
How is
stupid.
no one eliminated? And that's the whole show.
She gets 5 minutes
Who cares?
extra for winning. Who cares?
And then the next one is just, hey, you got 30 minutes. Just one bite. Showcase whatever you want. And they're like, oh, okay. Sue does a Caesar salad that's
what
smoked.
the fuck are you doing?
He's like, I do a lot of those. It'll be easy. Charlie does. He does pasta, which you can't do pasta in 30 minutes. You gotta rest that bad boy.
You can't do pasta on this show.
It's tough. It's a tough call.
It's a big mistake.
You can
And
do pasta in 30 minutes if you do it Reeves style, right?
son of a bitch.
Points on.
That's
Fucking
points on. I'll give you
got
points
my
on that
ass.
one.
You got my ass. So the winners are 2 people.
Fucking
It's
schemes.
Sue
This is
and
fuckery.
And they're
Kalina
both on my team. I love it.
Fuckery.
and
Are
Charlie's
they both on your
eliminated.
team? Oh, because you got Sue. Fuck this game.
Yeah, and they're both going back
Complete
into the
fuckery.
competition. We'll see them next
Absolute
week.
Producer fuckery. 100%. We were watching the challenge episode last night, and it was the one, it's free agents, and there's only
Good
3
one.
guys because Frank got sent home because he got sick. And they go, if no one pulls the death card, we're not going to have a men's thing. And my wife and I both go, not going to pull a death card tonight to make the numbers even. Sure fucking enough, no one does it. Producer fuckery.
I just
see
need
through your
to
shit.
butt in. You can cut this out because it's just probably like a
I don't
behind
edit
the
anything.
scenes-
It's not
It
gonna
all
happen.
stays in here.
It's gonna
behind
be
the scenes note. Jamal didn't give me a heads up that there was additional episodes to watch, nor did he mention that I should watch the challenge. Just wanted to explain why I was being a little quiet during those parts.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be quite honest. I myself forgot about Tom's extra show because I knew from the beginning that Sue was going to be in the show because
It's
it's
very
obvious. So didn't want to waste your time.
Perfect.
I wanted you to have the main course.
It's not worth it. It's not worth to
this,
watch
yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
we do it because we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't bringing it up to criticize Jamal. I was bringing it up to point out how we'll have
Points
less
on.
work to do when we're co-hosting together, Jamal. Because
yeah.
we'll just ignore that shit.
Thank you. Points on.
One more thing. We did bet if Sue would get through. I said he would. Some of y'all didn't.
fans.
And
Fans.
now here's another bet that we're gonna do. We're doing FanDuel.
Yeah, there we go.
How far does he get in the actual competition?
3 weeks, he's gone.
Yeah, makes it to Restaurant Wars and he's gone there.
Finale.
Finale. Okay,
Doesn't win, but finale.
he's
I
making
don't
the
think he gets
finale,
to the finale.
He's in the
Okay.
finale.
and
I
then
don't
he
think so.
loses to Kristen. She actually gets to be back in the competition.
Yeah. She
He
goes,
loses to
I
Shai
don't
Hulud.
know who or what you're talking about, but I too would like to make a prediction.
Please.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say 4 episodes and swallowed by Shai Hulud in a just cross promotional tie-in.
I
Mm.
love it.
The Thumper episode.
Cool. Those thumpers ruled. That's a pretty cool thing.
I would
Fucking
be less
Disney.
stressed out by them running through the farmer's market if they had to do it the Dune sand walking style.
that'd be
Just like
great.
as long as you don't walk or run rhythmically.
They didn't show enough of that, in my opinion. If you set up a silly walk, I want to see that so much.
Mhm.
Oh, the book.
Most of the time they weren't doing it. I was like, you're in the sand. Where's the silly walk?
It's 400 pages in the book just talking about the dance.
You get more silly walk in Dune 2, I'll say that. So
Thank
you've got a lot to
God.
look
I
forward
get
to.
more Zendaya. I get more silly walk. And Paul's got how many names now?
Can't wait for Dune.
At least 4.
Dune Messiah.
Where is he now?
Zoom
Charlie.
Chef coming soon.
He's his Instagram is a cartoon picture of him smoking a blunt. Um,
Hell yeah, dog.
he
Yeah.
has I'm gonna mispronounce it, but it's called Frtia, I think. It's a Haitian street food restaurant out in New Orleans. They're open every night except for Tuesday. It looks really good. There's a
Favorite
YouTube
I
video
eat.
of it. It looks great. So good for him.
Good for you, Charlie.
Let's go to the Top Chef fantasy standings. As of right now, Reeves is in the lead with 34.5 points. I'm in second place with 30 points. And Brian, because you're only down to 2 people, well, one of them's coming back next week.
Hell
Kalina,
yeah.
You have 29 points. But I want to make something clear. Because Sue is on my team and has been advancing, as soon as I move him up into my official active roster when he gets to the show, I will be winning with 36 points from the get-go.
Okay. So I want to keep my team until that point.
To what point?
When you surpass me, and then I hate them all and I want to sell them.
Okay. All right. Good.
I got the best player. We're looking to trade. Do a 2-for-1. Rasika for two people.
For
We'll talk
Paul
about it
George?
later.
Okay.
Ooh, let me get PG-13. Nah, you can't win it.
I
Play
can sell you
upbeat.
my manager and someone
He's
else.
at a number 1. Neither's Kawhi. They're number 2s.
I can give you my manager and someone else.
I'll think about that.
I'm
Ooh.
sorry to pull David Stern, Lakers Hornets here, but since you two are on the hot seat and potentially not hosting in the future, I can't permit you to make any trades at this time, and I'm going to have to reverse any moves you do make. My apologies.
Shut down.
It's
Even with
just like him
Jamal,
too. He would
I was
apologize.
gonna offer him Rasika for Dan and Sue. Straight up.
Shut down.
You fucking out of
Nope.
your mind.
I can't do that trade now.
I'm
so
telling you,
sorry.
Sue's going to the finale.
He's out of his goddamn mind.
Well, John Carroll, this has been an impressive audition for co-hosting duties.
Thank you.
I will be in contact with you offline, obviously, with the results of the scores and whatnot. And between me and you, it's looking pretty favorable. So is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everyone that Presidential Exteriors does windows, doors, roofing, gutter, siding, and trim. Financing is available, and there is a lifetime transferable warranty. That's right, you can sell your house and transfer that warranty with it. Make sure you ask for Xavier when you call 571-279-8000. That's Presidential Exteriors.
Can I ask Sean one more question? I can see your shirt says coach, but not above it. What are you a coach of?
I am a coach of the Wildcats in the Montgomery County Little League.
Nice.
That's all you need to know.
I really just should have just said I was a pod chef coach.
Motherfucker,
Trust
you could have said Baltimore Orioles and I'd have been cool.
Yeah. I
Trust
believe
me.
you.
Trust me.
I
If
believe
you could
it,
see this
brother.
point total, you can't do wrong.
Yeah, I need some coaching. How many times I quit Little League?
Let's see, 7.
Okay. Well, thank you again, John, for coming on. Until next time, we're going to pack our knives and go.
This is fun.
Absolutely.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.